So we're all back together again, fresh still in our minds, those memories, the unbelievable highs, the unforgettable lows. And as the sides return to cross swords for the first time again, we just remind ourselves of the magic of this game. This is what it does to you. It keeps bringing you back, no matter what. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And we're ready now for the anthems. Well, there's the unmistakable figure of Dimitar Berbatov. There was never any question of leaving a man of his talents on the bench.
Yeah, you can't question this guy's abilities or his track record. Yet it's funny how he remains a divisive figure.
Well, that was that languid style, wasn't it, which does have its detractors.
Yeah, he's a player who's always been extremely calm and he likes to kind of think on the ball. Some say that was lazy, slowing the game down a little too much, but I've never seen it that way.
There's the whistle. Nicely shaped ball. Gruev. It's a pretty loose pass. And here's Berbatov. And he skips past his man. Gruev. Not the most accurate pass. And here's Doué. Oh, some astute defending there.
Doué really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
It is a corner. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Berbatov. No, he's not getting his way this time. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Kukçu. Raul. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Kukçu's cross. That's a decent clearance. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Berbatov. He won't be happy with that one.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
And he's picked it up out wide. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And that was very necessary. And it's Doué. Oh, he's having a go! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time. Bulgaria really do like to play the long ball.
And how does that work, Gordon?
Well, you don't want the ball just coming back at you, Peter. You need somebody in there who'll make it stick.
Kukçu is always scanning the pitch for targets. Doué is herring after that one. Gruev. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. has been slung wide. He's shifting through the gears here. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Gruev, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That looks a good ball for... Roll! Crossbar comes to the rescue. He doesn't look too happy with that.
He probably had a good view of it as well, Peter. Obviously, an inch or two lower, and that's in the back of the net.
That pass isn't the best. 15 minutes till half-time. Gruev. Space for him to turn and look. Ball swung in. He's there to hit it! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Pass somewhat off target. Played out towards the right wing.
Might want to be careful there.
Goes for a shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
And that was really good pressure. They did enough to put him off in the end.
Nicely aimed pass. Berbatov. And this is Raul. Great chance! Goal! Barcelona! Well, it would have been harder to miss.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Just past the 40th minute mark. He is through here. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Berbatov cleared away. And this could be the final action of the first half. And that should get the job done. He shifted it to the flank. And that signals the end of the first period. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Barcelona just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Barcelona with the game's only breakthrough. It's 1-0. And we are back. Oh, what has happened here? And he's got his cross in. Tries to get it clear. Played out wide. Ball in towards the mid. Impressive jump! No, not the best of headers. Kokchu. Tries to play it through. Raul. They've won a corner. Barcelona have their third corner. And it's hoisted clear. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Roberto Carlos delivers. That's really well cleared. Great vision. That has ended up in no man's land. It's not an especially good pass, that. Barcelona just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Just about up to the hour now. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Threads one in, and this is Berbatov. And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. So their fourth corner of the game. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Bulgaria are looking to go forward now. Gruev. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. That's been drilled forward. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Time and again they are repelled. That pass just didn't quite work. Bulgaria choosing to make the first change. Can he get on the end of this? Now the cross. That's a decent clearance. Oh, he's been caught napping. And it's Snyder. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And a header! And no mistake. A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. A lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Bulgaria have opted to make another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that. Berbatov really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Played in by Roberto Carlos. And it's hoisted clear.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Oh, he's onto this. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That has not gone well. Barcelona have time on their side now, as well as a two-goal lead. It is just about done. Kukcu. Now a Droll. Oh, there's a probing ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. He's on it, can he get away? What's going wide left? Raul.
This is the time you need that pace.
Dink through. He's got plenty of space out wide here. That has been knocked clear. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Played into space. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. They're up to 5 corners now. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Oh, such a clever touch. Cross to the back post. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Oh, that's well done, really robust. And that will be the final act. Barcelona can probably lay claim to the title of having been the better side here. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're very much on the way now. Knocks it out wide, and he's got his cross in.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's been taken short.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Saliba tries to pass it through. Olise! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Cleared away. And it's Chouameni. Couldn't squeeze it through. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I've been very impressed with this fella, Upamecano. We all know of his impressive record, but he's a lovely blend of athleticism and technical nous that he developed from quite an early age. It'll be interesting to see who his opponents bring to the table to test him, because testing him demands a lot.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Barcelona still without a single shot on target. Takes on his marker. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Rabiot, nicely weighted ball. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And here's Berbatov. Now, can they get it back? Oh, what has happened here? Crossed into the middle. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Keeper's dealt with that. And it's Messi. France are looking to go forward now. Now it's Rabiot. Hernandez. He has found the way through. Mbappe! And he's quick to get rid. Cross flung in towards towering header. Goal, France! A great delivery and a finish to match.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
France have fired themselves in front.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Rijkaard to Schneider. Oh, good spread. Messi. And a header! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Now it's Mbappe. That's going wide left. Schneider. Iniesta. Looking for a runner.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Out of play for a goal kick.
Barcelona truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Well timed, excellent interception. Can he get it through? He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that was vital. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Gets a good foot in there. Chouameni, Camavinga, foot in. Rijkaard makes a dash, and there's the shot! Chouameni. It's not an especially good pass, that. And it's Koundé. Now Saliba.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's picked out the run. He is through here. Chance for a shot! And that signals the end of the first period. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Merci d'accueillir nos joueurs.
Barcelona come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And so the action is resumed.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Well, it's ended up in no man's land. Chouameni, Rabiot. Pass is coming off in quick succession here, and he's got the beating of his man. Now it's Dembele. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. Zanetti. That's going right the way across. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. That has been slung wide. Chiellini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Barcelona still behind thanks to that solitary strike. Spread it left. Camavinga can get it clear. Threads one in. Can he get onto this? Saliba clears it away.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Rabiot can get it clear. Ball in towards the middle. Hernandez clears it away. Backward it goes. Gives it back. Spread out to the left. And he's picked it up out wide. Roberto Carlos. And it's Berbatov. Roberto Carlos has it in a wide position. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
That has not gone well. Hernandez. Pass somewhat off target. Van Bouten. Out for a throw.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 6. Le numéro 14. À leur place.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Now, who's going to be first to this? He's got away. And a chance! It's a goal! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one.
But pour l'équipe du FC Barcelone.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Le numéro 11.
France making further changes here, and in quick succession.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Now it's Doué. Doué going face-to-face with his great rival. Schneider. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
In with the challenge. Iniesta. And the finish! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Corner number 2 then. Koundé gets it away. Now, can they get him away? Incoming delivery. Shot at goal! Tchouaméni can clear it away. Just 5 minutes left. Now the delivery. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
That's the keeper's ball. Caught offside that time. Koundé, Saliba. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. That's destined for the flank. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Zanetti, he's found a way through. So to play, and it is a goal kick.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Koundé. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. you.